Hello everyone, Stephen here from Let's Talk About. It has been a whole 10 months since I made a video updating fellow Fulham fans on the latest transfer news and what's going on. That last video was about Shane Duffy signing for Fulham. Shane Duffy? Ugh. Anyway, I've been very busy with the Fulhamish channels making content for them. But basically, I just wanted to make a really simple video today because as a Fulham fan, it is hard to find video content that talks about the latest transfer news, and there's all these articles and stuff. So I thought, hey, throw it all in one place. So this is just going to be me talking to camera, all the latest news in one place. So if you're having a cup of tea or some dinner or whatever, then come stay with me. So let's get started. So Fulham are doing their classic thing of not signing anyone, and the first thing we needed to shore up was the kind of internal players that we had. We already had a really good squad. We finished 10th last season. Various contract offers went out, none of which have been agreed or signed yet. So that's the first concern for us fellow Fulham fans. So some of you may have already heard that Willian negotiations failed with him. This is mainly due to the length of contract. I believe Fulham were offering 1 year and Willian wanted 2. We don't know the other details around that, but essentially that has broken down. Willian is now a free agent again because the 30th of June has passed. So it doesn't look like Willian is going to be a Fulham player next season, and the likes of Crystal Palace are circling around him, and I believe Roy Hodgson is going to be continuing to be their manager next season. So good for them. Very unfortunate. How do you feel about the Willian situation? He's 34. Should we have just given it a go, or should we be looking for more youth? Now, talking of a younger player, another contract negotiation that just never moved forward for whatever reason. As you may have heard, Manor Solomon is now a free agent from Shakhtar Donetsk, who are very unhappy about the whole situation, given what happened in Ukraine, that they're not going to get any money for this player. And Spurs look like they're about 90% down the path of signing him, which is a bit of an interesting one. I actually feel more disappointed about this one. At 22 years old, Solomon had a lot of experience with Shakhtar Donetsk, and it looks like we've lost a player who, obviously no signing fee, was already playing for us, already in the camp. So I'm surprised about that one, very surprised. So I'm hoping the club have something else up their sleeve. Who knows? Other kind of concerning contract situations are, of course, Tosin Adarabioyo. He only has 1 year left on his deal when it looks like he's on the way out. A brilliant bit of business from the club to get him from City for £1.6 million. So if we sell him for 10 to 15, then that's obviously fantastic profit. And if we get another year out of him, we get another year out of him. He's done a great job. Anthony Robinson has attracted a lot of interest. He's only got 1 year left. So he's had a £35 million valuation slapped on him. So we'll have to see how that one goes. And of course, the biggest concern in terms of players is Palhinha. He has 4 years on his contract, so it looks pretty good. But with Declan Rice moving to Arsenal for £105 million, West Ham have a little bit of money in the kitty to come back with another offer of which I believe is going to be in the 60 million region this time. But Fulham have slapped a 90 million valuation, so hopefully that's to ward off any other competitors going for him. And if he goes, then at least we make a massive profit. But hopefully that's enough to stave off any unwanted attention, and we can keep him. And of course, the most important contract of all, Marco Silva. We know he's rejected a couple of offers from Al Hilal over in Saudi Arabia. They came back recently with another one, which he rejected. So that's reassuring. It looks like we may be announcing a new contract soon because he has 1 year left. So things seem to be going in the right direction over the last few days. So fingers crossed. That's kind of everyone internal, and there's a few other ones like Cabano and bits like that being offered a new deal. In terms of other players potentially leaving, Tom Kearney has gathered a lot of interest from Leicester City. The recently relegated side knows about his two-time promotion experience with Fulham, and he'd make a great asset for their club. But would Tom want to leave? I mean, he's playing Premier League football, and he's playing fairly regularly. We always need a backup because Palhinha is not a 90-minute player, and Tom does offer us something different. So I don't think Tom would want to leave, personally. But, the chance to play week in, week out for 90 minutes, potentially. They may make a good offer for him. So we'll have to see how that one evolves. But I don't feel like they'll come to fruition unless the club feel like it's Tom's time to move on. But it would be a bit of an odd change because he is our captain as well, so that would be a bit of a strange one. Other kind of transfer news from Fulham players. Joe Bryan's contract ran out. He's just signed for Millwall. Happy for him, but at the same time, Millwall. But I hope he does well because he didn't have a good time at Nice. So good luck to Joe Bryan. Now, what we all want to know is the incomings. Now, in a strange turn of events, Fulham have released their kit fairly early in terms of Fulham standards, which is nice. And the likes of Mitrovic, Palhinha were modelling it, so that's hopefully something we can take a little bit of comfort from. But there's been so many rumours, and we know Fulham, unlike teams like Arsenal, are signing players so swiftly, getting their business done early. We're taking so long about everything, as we always do, and it's frustrating and it's difficult as Fulham fans because you start to worry, especially with all these rumours circulating. But then when you look back on our most recent transfer windows, we signed some bloody good players at good prices, so it's hard to get too frustrated. I mean, you look at the likes of Leno on that ridiculously good deal, obviously likes of Diop, Palhinha, Pereira, like amazing business last season. So I guess we just have to have a bit of faith. So one of the first rumours that you may have heard circulating around was about Igor, from the centre-back from Fiorentina. That was going on for a little while, but it seemed to have died down a little bit. Our most recent approach has been for Roger Ibarez from Roma. So he's in Jose Mourinho's side and has been for a few years, and he is valued around £20 million. So that would be phenomenal. Other teams are interested. You've got the likes of Villa, who are in Europa League, of course, and West Ham. So it's going to be a tough one. But £20 million, with the likes of Ream turning 35, 36, it's probably up 80 by now. And of course, the interest in Tosin, we do need some reinforcements, and not just reinforcements, but we need players that are going to give us a few years, that are going to be taking us to the next level now. So that's an exciting rumour. You would have all heard the ones about Fred. We were very interested. Marco had a little chat with him post United when we had that end of season defeat. The talk slowed down a bit when Man United said they wanted £20 million, which is a high fee because for a 30-year-old, he's a brilliant player, but there's not really going to be any resale value after a couple of seasons. So that one slowed down a bit, but with the purchase of Mason Mount for £60 million, it looks like Man United are trying to recuperate some of that expenditure, and the latest figures being thrown around is 15 million. So hopefully that's a doorway opening, because I think Fred would be brilliant for Fulham, absolutely brilliant. So that's exciting. So hopefully this is going to encourage Fulham to make a big signing that people can get excited about. But there are other clubs interested, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. The latest rumour to pop up today is that Rodrigo from Leeds United, the 32-year-old, is looking for a move. Had a brilliant season in terms of goal scoring last year. Leeds have been relegated, so he's worked with Marco Silva before, so that's promising signs. So yeah, I think we'd all welcome Rodrigo even at that age, so that'd be good. And in the Leeds camp, the talks for Aronson have kind of died down now, so I think Leeds' valuation was too high for that one, so it doesn't look like things are going anywhere unless they change their fee dramatically. It seems that the club are wanting to strengthen our right back position, presumably as a backup to Tete, who can be injury prone, although last year was exceptional from Tete. So a couple of their rumours there. You've got Max Aarons from Norwich. He's attracted a lot of interest. 23 years old, and good player. So that would be a good signing. As well as FC20's Joshua Brennett, who got 10 goals and 4 assists in the Eredivisie campaign, playing 41 matches last year. So it seems like right back seems to be a bit of a priority for the club at the moment, as well as centre back. Other rumours, of course, you may have heard about James Ward-Prowse from Southampton. Now, of course, this would be a brilliant addition. I mean, imagine what he would bring in terms of free kicks. You wouldn't want to take too much away from Pereira, but it would be a game changer. Southampton have valued him at £40 million, which I think the clubs are finding a little bit too high at the moment, which I probably agree with. He's not the youngest player in the world. He is an England international. of course. But you know, he's not a James Maddison, is he? Or well, Mason Mount a lot younger. So you know, I think 25 to 30 million is probably a little bit more appropriate. But hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that one. And I think that's most of the things that are floating around at the moment. Yeah. I've got some other new. Josh Madger's now a free agent. It looks like he's going to go to Rangers in Scotland, and I don't really know if he'd pull it off in the Prem. I mean, I liked him, but yeah, I don't think that one is going to go anywhere. So we're left just wondering and waiting to see what's going to happen. But I hope you like the new kit. And if you like this video, let me know. There's no fancy editing. It's just my Mac camera. I usually like to spend hours on these things, but it's just so hard with full-time work, etc. So if you like it, let me know, and I'll just post regular updates on the latest rumours so that you don't have to troll around the internet reading everything and hunting it down. So yes, basically this came out of me, you know, going onto YouTube to look for transfer news, and all you get is Sky Sports 5 minutes talking about Man United, Chelsea, and Arsenal, and the little guys like us just don't get any attention. So I just thought, you know what, there's a video talking about a club we love. So there you go. All right, guys. Hope to see you soon, and I'll be back with another update soon. Please comment below, and yeah, take care. See ya.